Hey, what's up YouTube? This is Game on Cloud9 here.
And I'm Dante, aka The Young One. That's my new YouTube channel.
Or that will be his new YouTube channel. He still ain't even put it on there yet.
Because it's screwy, but whatever.
Yeah, you need to go ahead and do that.
I know, but...
Alright, and this is going to be my Q&A video that I told you guys, I think like over a week ago, that I was going to go ahead and do. And I put up the questions video for you guys to go ahead and ask all your questions that you wanted to ask me about, whether it was anime or manga related, or maybe something else that wasn't related to that.
Personal.
Yeah, personal. And this one, I'm going to go ahead and start with the first question. This one says that, are you in college? If so, what is your major and what are you planning on doing after college when you have your degree on your selected major? Oh, okay. The thing is with my college situation, it's a little weird right now because I am in college. Don't get me wrong. But at the same time, I'm not sure what my major is going to be because on one hand, at one point, I was saying, oh, it's going to be biology because I was focusing on becoming a veterinarian because I really love animals, but that turned out to not be what I really want to do now because I can't stand biology and I cannot stand, math. So, and I don't like doing math. I cannot stand it. Oh my goodness. Like if you were to ever ask me to sit up there and help you with a test or quiz, you don't call me. You probably have to call him.
Don't call him. Call me.
Call him. Call him. Wait, what about you?
Oh, me? Well, I'm in college as well, but I'm in college and my major is biology, and I was thinking about going to like medical examiner, so I wanted to do, but like recently I've been thinking about like I want to be done with school, so I'm going to the Air Force in the fall, and then after that I'm going to continue my.
At least that's your plan to go there.
That's my plan. No, these are my plans, and they're going to be executed promptly.
Yeah, we'll see. But we'll see.
And I want to go back to school after that. But
and do what?
Question. Oh, I want to still become a medical examiner.
Oh, okay. All right. Next question. Do you like Sasuke as a character? And can you understand why Sasuke is on the path that he has chosen to be on? Well, the deal is with Sasuke, I really do like Sasuke. I think Sasuke is a character who is realistic. I don't understand why Sasuke gets so much hate. Because, honestly, he's went through some real shit. I mean, nobody can say he hadn't went through some problems. I mean, some things may be hard for him to understand, but think about it. He saw his whole family killed. Or at least his whole entire family was killed by his brother. And then he went ahead. Yeah, I mean, that's some crazy psycho stuff.
Yes.
That would drive somebody nuts. And a lot of times, you know, people say, oh, Sasuke's just emo. I'm like, shoot, I'd be emo then. I mean, don't freaking... act like it ain't nothing, because I mean I know from experience. You know, I've had that happen. You know, God forbid that ever happen in Jesus' name. But I've had I've lost a family member before, and I'm like and it's been somebody who's really close to me. So I mean that's definitely not something that should just be taken lightly, because that stuff is not stuff you get over necessarily. People may cope with it and try to keep moving through their life, but to just act like it ain't nothing and just get over it, that definitely does not happen through death.
I don't like Sasuke only because of the fact that his eye creeps me out. He got a red eye that I just don't really like.
See, he knows nothing about Naruto.
I know nothing, but...
We all know what that red eye does, how crazy that red eye is.
I would imagine it's pretty damn crazy because it looked really crazy.
Yeah, it's probably one of the craziest. I mean, all it takes is just a glance in his eyes, or I'm going to say more or less his brother's eyes, and it's pretty much over. Well, he can freaking put you in an illusion.
With the eye?
Yes.
I want an eye like that, then. I like Sasuke now. Fuck it. I want his eye.
Well, I guess if it comes with the price, and it comes with a certain price, you have to,
I don't care. Don't care. I like it. I want it. No.
Okay. Alright, next question. Do you know a couple of girls that watch anime in your school or outside your school? Sorta, kinda. I know some girls that do anime, manga, or talk to some. Don't really have any necessarily any friends or whatever that really are hardcore into it as far as girls go. So I can't really say, but I do know people.
I had a girlfriend that liked anime. She was obsessed. And I'm not really an anime fan as much as Irvin Game on Cloud9 is.
He's an Avatar fanboy.
I'm an Avatar fanboy. I wouldn't really call myself an Avatar fanboy. I would call myself an Avatar. I don't know, but I like it. And my girlfriend, my old girlfriend, I should say, my ex.
Now, you know.
She's not my girlfriend. She's my ex-girlfriend, and she loved the anime. And
let him tell it though, guys. Let him tell it.
Let me tell what?
Never mind. We'll leave that alone.
Leave that alone for another Q&A.
Yes. Anyway, the next question is: do you have a fear of clowns?
I do. They freak me the fuck out. I hate them.
Why? Why do you? Come on.
The fact that they just so right, like
they're supposed to be funny.
No, they're not funny. They fucking creepy as shit, and they do dumb shit for no.
Who does not like clowns? Freaking comment down in the comment section below if you get irritated by clowns. Like I don't mind.
They irritate. Like I'm scared. I'm scared of them, but not like scared of them. Like I would run away if I saw one. But like if I was at like
a clown run up to you, be like, "Let's be friends."
No, you cannot do that.
That scares you.
It freaks me out.
Honk the horn.
You cannot do that to me. Get away from me, clown. I'll punch you in your fucking
Make sure
face.
I dress up a clown one day and run up to you.
Don't do that.
All right. Next question: do you like Claymore or Darker Than Black? And the question after that is: do you feel that there is any new manga that could be the one of the new best things? All right, to the first one, the Claymore and Darker Than Black one. I've never seen them, never watched them. Not saying I never would. I mean, I know I've actually seen them if I go on like an anime site or, seen them somewhere on Netflix. So maybe one day I'll actually check them out. But as of right now, I haven't seen them. I plan on kind of broadening my horizon to see more anime and manga because, those, I don't know. I'm not that vast in my knowledge of anime and manga. And I know I need to kind of check out more stuff. So I can't really say if I like them or not at this point, but I'm hoping if I look at them, I will. And the one after that is with the anime and manga, like the new anime manga that will be the next biggest thing. If anything becomes the next biggest thing, as far as like if you're talking about like in the United States or something, I think Fairy Tail will.
Legend of Korra will. The Legend of Korra.
But the Legend of Korra, as we all know, is not an anime. It's a cartoon.
Well. It's anime-like.
Yeah, it has anime styles, but it doesn't classify as an anime or a manga.
Well, that sucks. Why? Does the anime community not want to accept it as a...
No, there's plenty of people who like it in the anime community, but that's just how it is.
It should be accepted, and I love it.
Well, a lot of people do. Even though it has certain flaws.
It has no flaws. It has no flaws.
What about Aang? Bad Avatar. Sucks compared to all the other Avatars. I'm going to make a video about that one day.
And I might be on it with him because I'm a really huge anime fan. Aang was the greatest. Said and done.
Yeah, but as for what I actually do think, though, as far as the next biggest thing, I think it'll probably be Fairy Tail because it's pretty popular in it right now. Maybe if it gets, on Toonami or something. Toonami, I'm hoping that it grows bigger and more people watch it. So, hey, I suggest if you haven't looked at Toonami over the weekend, you should check it out on Adult Swim around 12 o'clock Saturdays. Or, watch it around 12:30, 1 o'clock, somewhere around there. They have some pretty cool shows on there. If you guys really wanted to stay around, that's what y'all have to do. But hopefully, maybe if it becomes bigger, we can have Fairy Tail get on there, maybe with the English dub, and be able to enjoy some Fairy Tail.
Correct.
All right. Next question. In power level, where would you put each of the big three in DBZ Saga? Some people would say the big three anime are still Dragon Ball level, but I don't think it's true. I think their power level are in the Frieza Saga. Well, I think it depends on which big three you're talking about, and I would never put, me personally, any of them over the last saga in Dragon Ball. And the reason for that, if you've already watched my Goku versus Naruto video, you already kind of know where I stand with Goku and Naruto, and it's kind of similar with the whole DBZ thing. I mean, like the whole DBZ Sagas thing, because in DBZ, their power levels were just crazy. By the time the first saga and the Saiyan Saga, they already in the last saga of Dragon Ball were able to like blow up cities. So in Z, I think Vegeta was even able, when he first made an appearance, still had the strength to be able to blow up a planet. That was almost like their job, him and Nappa's job under Frieza. So I really don't think that neither Naruto, Bleach, or One Piece can stand up to that. Not saying they're not powerful universes, but I'm like, the highest I'm willing to put any of them is up to the last saga in Dragon Ball. And I'm talking about like top tier people like Madara, Naruto, maybe I don't know. We don't know what Gold Roger can do yet, but maybe him or someone else who's close to level, maybe like Shanks or something, or even maybe Ichigo when he was like had the Don guy Precipice Bankai and I don't know Yamamoto or something like that, or this new leader of the Vanderrect. He knows nothing about what I'm talking about. I know absolutely
nothing. I've heard of Dragon Ball Z, and I always hated it as a kid. Y'all might hate me for that, but
see, he has no good taste.
I have great taste, and Dragon Ball Z just does not.
He never gave it a chance. He never even saw Dragon Ball how it got started.
No, I never seen any of it, and I like when it used to come on Toonami at night when I was a kid. I used to see it, and I used to literally like be devastated that my cartoons went out to show this malarkey.
Oh my goodness, Dante!
But you don't hate me because of that. But you know.
Again, I'll just say it one more time. He has no taste. Next question is: who are your 3 favorite DBZ characters? My 3 favorites are Gohan. I love seeing Gohan fight. I love seeing, Gohan was peaceful. He was just a cool character. He didn't want to have to fight, and when he did fight, it was, in a sense, he did it because he truly had to. He didn't instigate violence. Only thing I'll say about Gohan is that sometimes I feel like he should have cut loose a lot sooner than he actually did. Like, he would see his friends getting beat up, and it would take a lot more for him to actually go ahead and do something. Like, people would have to be on the brink of death for him to actually really get enraged. So that was the only thing about him. But my other favorite character is Vegeta, because Vegeta had great development, seeing him change from being a bad guy to being a good guy. It was slowly done over time, and I thought that was a good way to show a character develop. And I guess probably everybody's favorite character, Goku, because Goku is Goku.
Even though I did not like Dragon Ball Z and I didn't watch the shows, I did have the action figures. And the 3 action figures that I liked playing with the most was Piccolo, the green guy. He's green. And Goku and Vegeta. So, there you go.
You need to check it out. Who was the best teacher for Naruto, Jiraiya, Kakashi, or Killer Bee? Well, I think you're missing one of his teachers in there, and that was Iruka. I don't think Iruka was the best teacher because, even though he did get him started in ninjutsu, which is, really valid thing because he wouldn't have been a ninja without Iruka. But I'm going to say that Jiraiya was the better teacher only because he taught Naruto some, basically one essential move that he uses in his moveset, which is the Rasengan.
Is that the blue thing?
Yes, the blue spiraling sphere.
I've seen it. He has the video game, and I played it, and I kick his ass all the time.
Oh, that's a fucking lie.
That is a bad lie that I should never say because I suck at fighting games. But
yeah, he gets thrown. He gets thrown not just by me, by other people, our other friends. Oh my goodness, like Dante, you suck. Yeah,
Rasengan.
But anyway, Jiraiya taught him his strongest move or his most well-known move. And I think he probably taught him something else. For example, he did teach him the summoning jutsu, which is also useful. He wouldn't ever even met the Toads if it wasn't for Jiraiya for him to learn Sage Mode. And I think he learned something else over the time skip. It's a particular jutsu. If you guys know what I'm talking about, where it's been hinted to, I believe, 3 times in the manga. And it's a jutsu the 4th Hokage created. And it's not the Rasen Shuriken or anything like that, because he didn't create the Rasen Shuriken. But it was a jutsu that he wanted him to master, and all 3, Naruto, Minato, and Jiraiya, have all worked on it. So I figured that, since he said that he wanted Naruto to complete it, and one of the other Toads said that they wanted Naruto to complete it, or he needed to complete it once he learned how to control the 9-tailed fox chakra, since him and Kurama started being friends, I think that this next arc that follows this war will finally start to go ahead and see them actually go ahead and master that jutsu. What are we looking at?
No, the TV back there is John Edwards and his scandal. But anyway, that has nothing to do with it.
Random.
Yeah, that was just random.
All right, next one. Name 3 crossover fights you would love to see. Mine are Goku versus Superman, Ichigo versus Inuyasha, Luffy versus Goku, Naruto versus Goku, Ichigo versus Goku. I would like to see Goku versus Superman as well because both of them are kind of, in a sense, like very similar. Because Goku is kind of like I guess Japan's Superman, and Superman is, of course, Superman, the United States DC mascot or whatever.
Superman would kick his ass.
That definitely
Superman
isn't true.
would kick his ass.
I think it depends on the universe, which I may actually make a crossover battle about that pretty soon. You may get it today, tomorrow, sometime next week. I don't know, but that would be a good one because it does depend on the universe. We're talking about Superman from Earth 616, or I think Universe 616. That's what I saw on the Marvel Wiki, like the mainstream one. I think that Goku would win, hands down. But if we're talking about the one, like, I've heard of one like called Superman Prime, not sure which universe he's from, but that he can pull like 100 planets on the chain or whatever, I think the battle would go a lot differently, and I think Goku would actually lose. Yeah, not necessarily because I would want him to, but I think I gotta give...
I want Superman to win because Goku is whack.
No, I'd want Goku to win, but I don't think that necessarily would be the result. And maybe another one would be, I actually think maybe seeing like Ukiura versus Shishomaru from Inuyasha would be a cool fight to see. And of course, you guys already seen me make the videos with Naruto versus Luffy, Luffy versus Naruto, and Luffy versus Ichigo, and Naruto versus Ichigo, all that stuff. Of course, I'd want to see those fights happen. I would be so happy if they made a crossover. I don't see why they've made a Toriko crossover with One Piece, but why they still haven't made a Naruto crossover, or like Naruto and One Piece crossover, or a Naruto and Bleach crossover yet. I mean, I really think they should go ahead and do that, since Naruto is one of the most popular and One Piece is the most popular in Japan.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, it is. It's got the most sales, I think, out of any other anime.
Is that because like it was the longest running, or?
I think it's just is. It's not the longest running by any means, but I'm like, it's just really popular there. Not world, like as far as worldwide though. Naruto is the most popular worldwide. If you guys hear this sound in the background, I apologize for that.
Ice cream trucks and kids running around. It's kind of crazy.
It sounds very ghetto. I'm like, so.
But we don't live in, well, Irvin doesn't anyway.
Well, I mean, borderline.
No, you can't even say borderline. You live in a very decent neighborhood.
Yeah.
I live in the ghetto of the ghetto. So, if you live where I live, you would hear lots of violence and gunshots. Just put it that way.
We all know how that is. Next question then, and this is along his alley.
Yes.
Do you think that a Naruto adapted movie will take place like how they made Avatar: The Last Airbender?
I'm taking over this question. I'm taking it over. It's for him. I'm taking it over because I want everybody to listen to me clearly and loudly. Okay? I love Avatar: Last Airbender, the series. The movie fucking was horrible. It was horrible. M. Night Shyamalan did a horrible job at it.
M. Night, I have to say, if you ever look at this video, you did a bad job. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be mean, but no,
he needs to be mean at. I'm mad at mean at. He needs that because he was horrible and he sucks. But Naruto, if they do a Naruto movie, I would hope that they do it really well because I know you guys would be like really pissed if they fucked it up.
Oh, heck yeah. Like, I know there's a Bleach movie coming out, like we all know, like where there's supposed to be one that they're trying to put in production. And the main problem with a lot of these movies, I don't think it means that anime and manga can't be adapted. That definitely isn't the case, because I know there may be some of you who actually think that. I don't think that. I think it can be done, but it's kind of like with a lot of other things. You need somebody who's either at least knowledgeable about the material or a fan of the material, because they know what to do. Like even if you're not a fan, you really do need to know somewhat of what you're talking about. Like in The Last Airbender, who freaking decides to call Iroh Ero or call Sokka Sokka or Aang Ang? I'm like, it's almost like, okay, come on now, like at least try to stay to the source material. That's how you appreciate. Like, I feel like that's how that's how the director respects the material. The series. I mean, come on now. At least try to stay as close as possible as you can. And when they want to put their little special touch on there, I'm kind of just like, when you make a good film, and you adaptate it right, that within itself shows that you put your own touch in there, because we'll always know that you're the one who did it right, rather than to all the other people who did it wrong and did it horrible. I mean, oh my goodness, like, think about Dragon Ball Evolution. I don't even know who did that.
Oh, that was horrible. I saw that, and I didn't even saw the series, but that movie was just horrible altogether.
You know, or even Last Airbender. You know what? This again may sound mean, so if any of the actors who even were in that, like, you know, are watching this video for whatever reason, that your acting was bad. I'm sorry, it was bad. Like, it wasn't believable. I felt like I was watching somebody act. Yeah. Next question. Hold on, guys. Why do you stand when doing your videos? Well, it's it's kind of a weird thing. It's like, I don't have a tripod. It's just that simple. No. I actually, in a sense, have to do it ghetto style.
The ghetto rig.
I have to put it on my freaking dresser in another room and put some boxes on top of it and call it a day.
That's what you're doing right now.
That's actually true. I am doing that right now. So that's why you guys, probably don't see me going to different locations, because I actually do want to eventually go to different locations and, maybe show you guys around my town or, my area to, give you guys a little more feel.
That's what I plan to do, too, as well.
Yeah, but we need a tripod for that, so that's going to kind of take a minute. Maybe at some point.
Probably not that long. Because, like I said,
maybe not.
I got some Mulanos coming in.
He got Mullah, shoot. Yeah.
Got Mulanos coming in. So, but I like this question. Let's go to that one.
Oh, what, favorite pie?
Yes, favorite pie. My favorite pie is pumpkin and sweet potato. I don't know why it took me so hard, but pumpkin pie and sweet potato pie, I love it.
I don't like pie. I like cake.
You are not an American.
I don't like pie.
You are not an American if you don't like pie. Especially apple. You could just say apple pie. I don't like apple pie, but
I am an American. I was born and raised here. You cannot deny. I love cake. You don't like clown.
That's French.
You don't like?
Is it French? I think the French made cake.
They probably did. Well, I guess I'm French. I got some French blood anyway, so it don't matter.
Not American if you don't like pie.
Oh, it doesn't matter. Another question. Favorite anime / manga. I know some people are gonna probably think I'm a pretty plain guy when I say this, but DBZ flat out.
I want to say it's one that Irvin actually got me into. It's actually on Toonami. What is it called? Oh no, Dead Man's Wonderland. I like it, and if I want people to support that because Toonami is coming back on. I didn't like when I was a kid, but I like it now. And if you want to see a good anime, I think I would recommend. But my recommendation.
He only seen one
my
episode.
recommendation.
He's talking one episode.
Yeah, I'm talking about.
I like Dead Man Wonderland. Don't get me wrong.
I'm talking about one episode, but I think that it's going to be a really good series. And I really don't know shit about anime anyway. So you can really take my consideration into to heart. But if I like it, it should be pretty good. I think because I'm very picky.
Yeah, he is. I'm pretty picky too, though, myself. Not as picky as him, no, but I am a little picky. Like, I like a lot of more action-filled series, and kind of like, I guess that's why it's hard for me getting some series now, because, one, I don't actually like medieval stuff. And I know there's some medieval animes, like, I know Berserk, a lot of people like that, and I've never really looked too much into it, but when I looked at it, it looked like it kind of had that medieval feel, and oh my goodness, I don't even like Lord of the Rings, I don't like Harry Potter, don't like anything that has to do with that kind of thing. Fairy tale, that's why it's hard for me to get into, but I think it's a lot better than a lot of stuff. Even though fairy tale is not medieval, it still has that kind of, medieval-ish feel with the music and, I don't know. But
you just don't like it.
Yeah, it's not, I like it, but it's just harder to get into.
Okay.
Yeah. No, the other question, he knows nothing about this. Sanji or Zoro? Zoro.
I was going to say the same thing. Why do you say Zoro, Irvin?
Zoro because Zoro is a samurai. Well, not samurai. He's a swordsman. And Zoro was just a beast. I mean, you got to watch One Piece to know how he can just take all... He could take all of Luffy's pain.
One Piece?
Yes.
I thought Zoro was the dude in the black.
Oh, you thinking about other Zoro. He thinking about Mexican Zoro.
Mexican Zoro was the shit.
Yeah, Cowboy Zoro or whatever.
Mexican. Don't disrespect Zoro. He was Mexican.
Put a little Z in there.
But
Next one is favorite supernova. Once again, Roronoa Zoro. The next question, moment in anime that made you cry. There's no moment specifically that ever really made me like cheer up or cry, but there have been emotional moments where I felt for the characters and I felt bad for what they're going through. Such as like when Yusuke died in Yu Yu Hakusho the second time around, and you saw what Kuwabara was doing. He was screaming out for Yusuke, and when they finally ran out there after Yusuke had already been laying on the ground dead, and he was surprised that his heart stopped, and he thought he was just playing around, and seeing them having to get up and try to fight against Sensui, and they're fighting hard, and they're not doing anything, but you can just see the emotion of them trying to avenge their friend. I love that scene. That's probably one of my favorite scenes in anime and manga, period. It trumps a lot of stuff we see in anime and manga now, in Naruto, Bleach, One Piece, any of them. I still have yet to see something that makes me feel like, dang, these characters, like, you know, like, what they're going through, like, it's just, I don't know, it's hard to explain. But, now, the next question is, how many cups of sugar does it take to get to the moon?
It takes, actually, because I figured this out yesterday. I was making Kool-Aid, and I was like, how many cups of sugar? But anyway, it takes about 50. Believe it or not, if you stretch the sugar, you got to stretch it out.
About 1, 2, and 3.
Huh?
3.
What about 3 cups of sugar?
Yes, 3 cups.
No, it's 50.
It's just like, you know, it's just like the lollipop thing, the Tootsie Roll.
How many
licks does it take?
I actually tried that, and my tongue felt like really dry when I was doing that. But I forgot how many it did, but I did it.
So you actually counted how many licks?
I actually counted how many licks. Yeah, I forgot.
How you gonna forget something like that? That's a classic question, right?
No, because I was a kid, and I know I did it, and I think it took like.
I've never tried it. I don't like a lot of like lollipops and stuff. I'm picky as far as candy goes. I'm for the most part just like chocolate.
Like I didn't lick the whole thing till it was like down to the. I licked it till I get to the center, and it took long as shit. Like, but I did.
At least you got down there.
I got there.
Okay. Do you think Sasuke will get the Rinnegan? Also, do you think Sasuke will surpass Itachi and Nagato? Well, actually, and that's just my personal opinion, I think that Sasuke, even though he hasn't really been showing much in this fight against Kabuto with Itachi, because I think it's more of Itachi's fight, I think Sasuke's already sort of surpassed Itachi because he can do all the same stuff as him and he can do even more. He can resist, he can break out of Itachi's Genjutsu, he can use Tsukuyomi, I believe, he can use Amaterasu, full body Susanoo, and also has his Chidori, Kirin, all that stuff. So I think that Sasuke's already stronger than him. And Nagato, he's probably maybe, you know, either on par with him, like when Nagato's at full power, maybe slightly stronger. As if I think Sasuke will get the Rinnegan, I already made a video about that. You can look it up. I think it's called The Destiny of Sasuke's Eyes. So make sure you check that out on my channel somewhere. I think I made it maybe a couple weeks ago. But basically, just to give you, you know, an idea of what I do say in the video, it's kind of like, I just think that Sasuke's kind of been destined to have the Rinnegan based on the theme that the Rinnegan plays when it talks about how whoever possesses the Rinnegan possesses, I think, eyes from heaven, I believe, or they're from heaven. These eyes are supposed to be from heaven, I believe. Something like that. But check out the video if you want to know my real opinion on that.
His eyes look like they from hell. Sasuke, right? With the dude with the eye.
Well, they can be. I mean,
the dude with the eye, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, his eyes from hell.
Oh, well, it does have 666 there.
See?
Around that.
How can it be from heaven? Anime world.
All right. The next question: how would you like to see Naruto and One Piece end? And how did you first get into anime? Well, Naruto and One Piece, the endings, and again, I mean, I'm probably about to sound like a really simple guy in this video because I'm pretty sure this is predictable. Some of you may not like this, but I don't know if I want it to end right on Naruto versus Sasuke. I want that to be maybe the second last fight, but I would prefer Madara to make it out of this battle that we see him going on in the manga. Maybe somehow get the 10 tails, and if Naruto and Sasuke somehow become friends, which I think they will end up becoming friends once again, they team up to face off with him against the final battle. Maybe the whole planet has already been put in the infinite Tsukuyomi, but maybe because Kurama, since he's inside Naruto, he's able to snap him out of the Tsukuyomi, and Sasuke possesses the Sharingan, so he may be able to resist the infinite Tsukuyomi. Maybe they both are the only people who can fight to protect the world in order to be able to stop Madara. And I would think that would be awesome because, you know, they haven't fought together since part 1. And to see, you know, them be friends again and see, in a sense, even though Naruto's not a Senju, he's an Uzumaki, which is related to Senjus. It's almost like seeing a Senju and an Uchiha team up to fight against one who is from the older generation, who was against it, who hated Senju, and was basically one of the most evil people in the history of the Naruto universe. It would kind of be a battle to, you know, really see. I mean, a battle against really good versus evil. You know, since Naruto and Sasuke are kind of like yin and yang, you know, I would really think that would be probably one of my favorite scenes in anime and manga, period, because it would be emotional. And I would actually like to see Sasuke, and this may, you know, sound really sad, but I wouldn't mind if Sasuke died in that fight. And the reason why, there's a reason why I'm saying that. And because I can't really see how he would be able to come back to the village with a clean slate after he's done all this crazy stuff. And now it would be a little awkward. And not only that, but I feel like it would draw more emotion to the battle if, let's say, or if even if he didn't die, if he was somehow not, like, you know, close to death's door, I think that it would make it like to where Naruto would be more encouraged to fight harder. Naruto always fights to protect his friends. So what if Sasuke actually gave Naruto the rest of his power? Kind of like how Obito did to Kakashi, that kind of thing. And he fought for his friend in the final battle against Madara. And they had already become friends, that kind of thing. And that he actually defeats Madara with Sasuke's help. And that's kind of how I foresee it happening. And as far as One Piece goes, One Piece is so freaking long. I can't really predict it right now. I mean, some say Luffy would die. I don't know if Luffy would die. Of course, I think he'll become the Pirate King. Not really much sure what else I think may happen. But and as what I like would happen, not anything particular. I think, you know, Akainu will probably make a great final villain, but I don't think he'll be quite the final villain. Maybe like second to last, somewhere along then. But so much is probably going to happen between then and now that may actually end up changing later on. So who knows? The next question is, how did I get first get into anime? From Toonami. That's why y'all need to check out Toonami. It'll introduce more people to anime and manga if you haven't looked at it. So if you never watched Toonami when it used to be on, you know, check it out, watch it. So
how did I first get into anime? I don't know. If I was asked, I don't know.
Or you know what? Pokemon. I remember Pokemon being on TV. So maybe it was Pokemon that got me.
Pokemon was anime. I like Pokemon.
Pokemon? Gotta catch them
all. I loved it, but
I still like Pokemon.
I don't really care much for Pokemon. It's kind of went off the rocker.
Well, man, I'm not talking about the show as much. I'm talking about the games.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't play the games either.
Okay. Next question. Favorite character, antagonist / protagonist from Bleach, One Piece, Naruto. Bleach. If I were to say an antagonist, Aizen. If I were to say a protagonist, Shinji Hirako. Best character ever. Or at least in Bleach. One Piece, I'm not gonna pick Blackbeard because Blackbeard seems kind of plain. I like Akainu, so he'd probably be my favorite antagonist currently. And protagonist, Zoro. And in Naruto, favorite antagonist, I'm really liking Madara right now. It's not gonna be Orochimaru, so I'd probably say Madara. And I would say Naruto is my favorite protagonist.